Okay, I'm talking with Robert Rostick, who teaches digital photography classes at Dunedin Fine Arts Center. So, Robert, you are a professional photographer. You have your own studio. Um,
Yes.
when did you decide to make photography a full-time career?
Uh, that would be somewhere in the late 80s,
Oh,
as I was called to teach at a advertising school, portfolio center, and then the creative arts in Atlanta. So at that point, after teaching for a semester or two, I decided, wait a minute, this is quite the thing to do, and I enjoyed it.
so how long have you been teaching at DFAC?
It's been about 2 years now, so and a happy ride at that.
That's good to hear. So, why did you decide to become a teacher?
Great question. I think I was born to do that. I have five other siblings, and I'm the oldest. And my mom would always assign me to show my siblings how to do things. So so it sort of started at a very young age. But
Uh-huh.
I found out through I was in the military, and I just found out through some of my friends that I was in the military with that I taught them a lot of things as well. And I think that I've been a teacher all along.
Oh, wow. So it's natural for you.
Uh, yes, but I've had to cultivate it. So I married a teacher, and then she taught me the better ways of doing
Oh,
teaching.
that's okay. So that's your secret.
Yes.
So if somebody has just purchased a digital camera, or maybe they've just been given one, the holidays are coming up, um, will you be able to teach somebody that just has gotten a camera?
Those are the people I love the most.
Aha.
They don't develop bad habits. And bad habits, uh, usually with a new sophisticated camera, is turning to the green button and hitting auto. And I say to them, I says, why do you spend all this money on these lenses and this sophisticated camera just to put it on auto? And the idea behind a brand new camera is there for you to express yourself, and you don't let the camera express it for you.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah. So some people might look at a camera and all the buttons on it and think it's just too difficult, too complicated. Do you think that anybody can learn photography and how to use a camera?
Well, I look at some people and I look in their eyes and I go, that's rather complicated, and everything about them is rather sophisticated. And then after you get to meet them, you realize that they're just people just like anybody else. And cameras are the same way. They're just a little bit of a toy and a tool, and you get to make it whatever it is you want. So those buttons and knobs and lenses, they're not all that sophisticated when you break it down.
Hmm. Okay. So besides learning about the different functions on the camera, what else are students going to learn in your classes?
Oh, I love to tell people when they first get into the class, you're going to learn about yourself.
Oh.
Most importantly, about yourself. The camera is simply a tool and that tells what's on your inside, and the expressions that you have from that inside to put it onto film and or capture is all about who you are. So you're going to learn a lot about yourself.
Wow. Okay. So I know in your classes you use Photoshop for editing photos. Do,
Yes.
do students need to know how to use Photoshop before they
No, no, not at all. Now, how to edit a photograph is secondary.
can?
How to capture the photograph is primary.
Yeah.
So that's what you learn first.
Okay. Can you tell me about Lightroom? What does that allow you to do with photos?
Well, Lightroom is I love this program. It's an image processing program that allows for we got a little glitch, but it allows you to use sliders to make image editing rather easy.
Mhm.
It at the same time it's very very sophisticated. So even though it may look like it's easy and the process about it is easy, the outcome of it is very powerful. So what I'm saying is that your images that you shoot in your camera is one thing, But when you process them outward, it is the expression of that inside that I talked about earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So in addition to learning photography skills, are there other outcomes that you've noticed with your students in class?
One of the things that I've noticed heavily in all of my classes and all of my teaching is that people become friends with other people. And in that friendship comes a growth of a community. And
Mm,
that photography community becomes a sharing, and that sharing becomes an expression. And then you learn a lot more, not only about yourself, but about your friends.
yeah, that's great. And a lot of people say they come to Dunedin Fine Arts Center for the community and, to meet people and to socialize. So that's really great. Um, so what would you say to somebody that wants to learn photography, but they're hesitant to sign up for class?
You know, during this crisis that we just had, you were stuck at home and you had to learn a bunch of different things that you thought you wouldn't ever have to learn. In fact, my daughter is a great cook now because of it. And she also learned that she's found a way to study.
Mm,
She's found a way to commit herself to better grades. She's in college, but being at home has allowed her that time to reflect on all of the things, the parties, and all of the things that she was doing that she can't do. And now she's learned that she is a much better student. Now, I say that to say that people will learn who are afraid of photography, who but want to visually express themselves or visually communicate. It is going to be, as I mentioned earlier, something about yourself. And if you're afraid of learning about yourself, then maybe you should take this class. And if you want to learn about yourself, then maybe you should take this class. So either way, um, the growth of learning, even if you don't want to be a professional photographer, but the growth of learning things is the key to longevity in life. And so do it for that reason, to live
Yes.
a longer life.
And we're never too old to learn, right?
Oh, never, ever, ever too old to learn. And now, in fact, my oldest student is 83
Oh, wow. That's great.
and calls me every week, shows me images, and I give him critiques, and he's still shooting.
That's great. Well, thank you, Robert, for taking some time to talk with me.
Oh,
Um,
anytime.
if folks are interested in signing up for your classes, we have a link below this video. They can see your class descriptions and sign up there. So again, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
And have a great week, great month, and great year.
Thank you.
Thank you.